How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffle Rowlett, and welcome back to PokeForward. Today we got ourselves loads of Pokemon news, leaks, rumors, everything. It has got massive right now. So, update list of all the potential Pokemon returning in the DLC. This is coming from Matty here, or Matt, who basically is a data miner. He just gets files and data out of Pokemon games and stuff like that. And he said in Scarlet and Violet version 1.3.0, which is a brand new update, by the way. I think there's also a post from, I think, Cerebi here about this, saying that there's a Scarlet and Violet version 1.3 is now available, contains various bug fixes. But not just that. Basically, Game Freak have deleted even more Pokedex entries. In addition to all the entries from my last week's tweet, the following have been removed: Unova starters, Kalos starters, Carbink, and the Galar starters. The full list is right here in this paste bin. There's actually a website who have put together a whole post that contains all the Pokemon that are, gone, missing, back, all that kind of stuff. Here it is. So it's from Maka and Jay's Roses. Here's the updated list of Pokemon that were found in the latest Scarlet and Violet update. These could be the Pokemon we'll see in the DLC. What is the biggest news? Kalos starters will return. Are you happy to see your favorite Pokemon returning? You guys can see right here, if we open up the image, I think we can zoom in, and I'm going to go through them right now really quickly and see which ones are back. So I don't know if you guys can see the full image. I'm going to make sure I make it a little bit smaller so you guys can actually see what we're looking at. So I'm going to put it like this. So we got all the Gen 1 starters back. So Bulbasaur and Squirtle are here. We got Ekans, we got Sandshrew, Clefairy, Clefable, Vulpix, Oddish, the Alolan Meowth line. We got the Hisuian line, the Poliwags are back, Bellsprout line, Tentacool, Geodude, Seal, Doduo, Galarian Slowpoke is also back. What else do we have? Alolan Grimer, Hisuian Voltorb, Execute, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, and of course, Coughing, Wheezing, Rhyhorn, Rhydon, Horsey, Seadra, Electabuzz, Magmar, Lapras, Porygon, Snorlax, Articuno, Galarian Articuno, Zapdos, Galarian Zapdos, Moltres, Galarian Moltres, Mewtwo, Mew, Chikorita, Hisuian Typhlosion, interesting, as well as Totodile, Sentret, Hoot Hoot, Spinarak, Chinchou, as well as Cleffa, Bellossom, Apom, Galarian Slowking, Gligar, Snubbull, Hisuian Quillfish, Hisuian Sneasel, Slugma. And then we got some Gen 3 Pokemon coming up. Magcargo, Swinub, Skarmory, Kingdra, Porygon 2, Smeargle, Tyrogue, Hitmontop, Elekid, Magby, Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip, as well as Puccina, Lotad, and let's continue. Lotad, Lombre, of course, Seedot, Nosepass, Plusle, Minun, Volbeat, Illumise, Trapinch, which means Flygon is back, Corphish, Phoebus, Duskull, Chimecho, as well as Beldum is also back, so the Metagross line is there too. We also have Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, so the legendaries are back, and here are some Gen 4 Pokemon. So of all the starters, so Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup, as well as Cranidos and Shieldon, as well as Ambipom. You got Chingling, Munchlax, Rhyperior, Electrowire, Magmortar, Yanmega. Let's continue. We got Gliscor, Mamoswine, Porygon Z, Probopass, Dusknoir, Uxie, Mesprit, Azelf, as well as Dialga, Origin Dialga, Palkia, and Origin Palkia, as well as Heatran, Giratina, Origin Giratina, Cresselia, Arceus, Snivy, Tepig. Holy moly, it's a long line of Pokemon. Oshawott line, Blitzel, Drillbur, Timber, Sewaddle, as well as Cottonee. We also got White Striped Basculin, Scraggy, Minchino, as well as Solosis. We also have Ducklet, Joltik, Litwick, Mienfo, as well as Golett, and Hisuian Braviary is also back. Volibee, as well as Tornadus, Thundurus, Landorus, and Meloetta is also back, including Chespin, Fennekin, and this is the big ones, right? Chespin, Fennekin, as well as Esper, Inkay, Carbink, Phantump, Hisuian Avalugg, which I forgot even existed, Diancie, Hoopa, Hoopa Unbound, Volcanion, Hisuian Decidueye, Litten, of course. We also have Poplio, and I don't see Rowlet, though. That's, I'm assuming the Hisuian Rowlet kind of confirms that, so it doesn't really matter. Poplio, Pikipek, Grubbin, as well as Cutiefly, Dewpider, Comfy, Jangmo, as well as Magearna. Grookey's here too, so that's Gen 8. We've also got Sobble, and I'm assuming we also have Scorbunny, but I don't think I saw it. I might have missed it. But either way. So we also got Milcery, Morpeko, Duraludon, Zacian, Zamazenta, Eternatus, Cubfu, Urshifu, Zarude, Regieleki, Regidrago, Glasstrier, Calyrex, And then all of them fellas are there, as well as also Wordeer, Cleavor, Ursaluna, Basculegion, Female Basculegion, Sneasler, Overquill, Enamorous, Therian Enamorous, then Okidogi, Okidogi, as well as Pheasant the PD, and Monkey Dory, as well as Ogerpon and Terrapagos and Baby Terrapagos. So that is basically the confirmed Pokemon to be returning based off of these leaks and data mines, which is massive to say the least, okay? It's really big news. But let's go back to the post now and let's see what's going on right here. So he says, when Sword and Shield deleted Pokedex entries in 1.2, all those Pokemon ended up returning in the DLC. This list is still tentative, as I've mentioned in the past. It should be noted that this list includes species that are already in Scarlet and Violet, but do not appear in any Pokedex. What do I think? When we look at Sword and Shield's 1.2, there were Pokemon that had Pokedex entries deleted, but still did not end up in any Galar Pokedexes, Mainland, Armor, Crown. Like all the Dynamax Adventure legendaries, I expect some similarities with Teal Mask and Indigo Disc, which is a fair point. Then we also have this right here. So this is it for the Pokedex for now. We're going to get back to it in a second, but let's continue to the next thing, which is this right here. On a CG World interview, Creatures Inc. have confirmed that for this generation, all the Pokemon animations have been redone at 60 frames a second and may be used in future games. Here's some sample of some sweet smoothness, which you guys can see here how it looks like if they actually have their 60 frames. It's just so much better, dude. It's just unfortunate that they don't do it on the Switch, which is still capped at 30 FPS, which it infuriates me, man. Especially now that we have the Steam Deck and stuff like that exists that can kind of compete with the Switch in terms of like portability and that kind of stuff. Minus the games, of course, because they don't have Nintendo exclusives on there. I mean, not legally. But it's like just really unfortunate we can't see these things, these 60 frames a second gameplays actually, or models or animations rather, actually used. So here's a comparison between the model animation between Generation 7, 8, which is on the top, and Gen 9 on the bottom. So yeah, they've definitely redone them. You can tell that they've definitely redone these, which makes sense. I mean, that's what they're being paid for, right? That's their job, to do Pokemon animations, models, and all that kind of stuff. And I think they're doing a great job, as long as that can be applied to the actual games, which for now doesn't seem like the best case. Either way, here's a recap from Central on all the stuff that happened. A decent number of Pokemon will get special forms when terrestrializing with specific types. Masks could play a bigger role in Teal Mask, like hats currently do for Terra. All starter Pokemon from previous gens are returning, which is pretty cool. Full list of returning Pokemon. You guys already saw it. There'll be a new feature that may aid in training Pokemon, has been described as PK Hex-like. The Teal Mask will release late 2023, while the Indigo Disc in early 2024. The Indigo Disc will include graphics enhancements for Switch 2, which all that information at the end there that he just mentioned, that specifically comes from that original leak we saw a while back, which is quite interesting. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about it? It's an intriguing situation. I will say that. It's an intriguing situation. But yeah, let's move on to the next thing. So of course, we have this thing right here. As you know, Scarlet and Violet version 1.2 introduced Walking Wake and Iron Leaves, but users who were online on version 1.0 ended up catching a bad egg instead. How did version 1.3 fix these issues, and what should we expect for the rerun April 30th? Well, as far as we can see, it basically just gives you, I guess it gave you like a scuffed situation. To be clear, a bad egg is simply the game flags data that is deemed too bad to display. It's not a real egg and will never hatch. The WWIL bad eggs contain some data for that, but are quite obviously bad if you look closer. Again, unless you had that situation happen to you, I don't think you have to deal much with that per se specifically. Next up, though, we have a post here from Soul Silver, who is a leak analyst, who said the following. Something is going on with Carbink, but also Unova starters, which are not 100% confirmed to return like Carbink is. But if you've been following, this could mean we're getting the starters from every gen returning in the Scarlet and Violet DLC. Not 100% confirmed yet, but check out the thread for more details, which we already did. So, interesting. Also, Pori Leaks, which is just a fan account that posts about random stuff and reports on news and stuff like that. They said, do you think there'll be another mainline Pokemon game on Nintendo Switch? There seems to be a lot of rumors flying around that the next gen Nintendo hardware is going to be announced by the end of the year. Will Scarlet and Violet be the last? Well, will there be a Pokemon Black and White 2 scenario where you can just play the game on last gen and next hardware? It'll be interesting, because Centro said, we think the next one is going to be cross-gen for the first time in Pokemon history. The same way that Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee was the first ever Pokemon game on a main console. And when I say main home console is what I mean, okay? Because the Game Boy, the DS, all that shit, that was handhelds. They were secondary to, you know, the Wii, the GameCube, the, you know, N64, you know, all NES, all that stuff. Those are home consoles. The Switch is both. The Switch is both those things, right? That's what the Switch is. So we, until that point, had never seen that, right? It was the first time, and it was revolutionary for all of us. It wouldn't be that surprising if they, for the first time ever, did a cross-gen Pokemon game. I think it would be sick, but we'll have to wait and see. Again, it's all up for debate. Either way, so yeah, we already looked at these, you know, these specific, like, you know, animations and all that kind of stuff. And he says here, actually, as a funny meme joke, oh, remember to have $400 or so ready to buy a Nintendo's next-gen console before even dreaming of seeing this live for yourself. You still have months to save. So yeah, that's a fair point. I do think the next console is on the horizon. We just have to wait and see what happens. Also, Nintendo went crazy with the turtles. So basically, Soul said, fam, what is going on with some of the official Pokemon Twitter accounts? They're posting tons of turtles. I was so perplexed when I saw them post a Sword and Shield GIF first. Or GIF, whatever way you want to put it. But now it makes sense. Also Shuckle is in there. So yeah, they just posted a bunch of stuff. Even like Masters posted about turtles. The official account, Unite, the TCG even, for crying out loud. Basically, all of them were just making a bunch of turtle jokes because of Terrapagos' baby form or whatever it is. But yeah, so ladies and gents, I think for the most part, I've gone through everything I wanted to go through in this video. I want to thank you all for watching as per usual, and I'm going to be peacing out for now. So have a great day. Bye-bye, ladies and gents.